Yo guys, what's up and welcome back to uNicoDev. Today we will do a tutorial on coroutines. You may say, Nico, what are coroutines? Well, let's do an example, okay? Maybe something like this is much easier to explain with an example of a situation where we need to use them, okay? Let's say that we have a little bit of a sprite, okay? This is our game, by the way, this is Unity, okay? We go into our project, let's just do this. Let's go here. And let's create a new sprite. There you go. Let's create a new square, okay? And we call this our beautiful square, okay? I don't know if I spelled it correctly, but that's okay. We are gonna place it right here on the screen, okay? We can place it right in the middle. And then we're gonna change its color to something really red, okay? Now, what if, for some reason, I want this cube, I mean, it's a square, it's not a cube. I want this square to turn green. But I don't want to do it immediately, but I wanna do it after 3 seconds, okay? So this is the problem that we are encountering. How do we tell our game to wait 3 seconds and then turn the square green? Well, you can basically do that with coroutines. Today I'm going to explain how they work and also how to make them work, because that's also a thing that we need to do in order to make this task simpler. And thanks to Unity and C#, this is made really easy, because all you need to do is basically execute a function. But let's start from the beginning. We're gonna basically do a script that is gonna be change color, okay? And we're gonna take this script and we're gonna put it into our square. So our square will be able to magically change color. And here you go. Now it's in our game object. So this is our beautiful script. So basically we can remove everything. We don't need all of this stuff, okay? We are creating our own functions, okay? So first of all, we need a color, okay? We're gonna import it ourselves. So we're gonna do public color, and it's gonna be green. Okay, this is perfect, okay? And then we can do, after 3 seconds, then the object is alive, we need to turn its color to this color that is gonna be green, okay? So how do we do that? Okay, so let's create a function. So basically we're gonna make an enumerator and we're gonna call it change color to green. Boom! So you may say, Nico, why is this an IE numerator? Well, any function can be literally anything, can have literally any return type you want. If you have a function like, let's say, int sum, and inside of that we have like 2 numbers, so x and y, and then we just return the sum of them, so x plus y, this function will basically take 2 numbers and will sum them. A pretty simple function. So the return type is an integer, because naturally the sum between 2 integers is also an integer. But this return type is an IE numerator, or EE numerator, whatever you want to call it, okay, I don't care. It's an IE numerator. So what is this? In order to explain this simply, just pretend that this function is actually a loop. So it's something that is actually looping through a bunch of items in a list, okay? Basically, how we make this work is that we tell the function if it has to keep going through the list or it has to stop, okay? And how do we do that? We basically add new items onto the list. So we're gonna basically tell the function there is a new item onto the list, you have to iterate another time. And if we tell the function there is not a new item onto the list, then the function will basically stop. So how do we say to this function that there is a new value, that it can continue, okay, it can continue iterating? Well, basically we can do that with yield return. So basically yield returns basically sets a new item onto the list, okay? And this item could be literally anything. We literally don't care, okay? It could be the color green, okay, that we have right here. It could be also a string with random stuff. It could be a true. Okay, it could be literally anything, except false. If it's false, then there is no value, and it's just gonna stop, okay? This could also be null, okay? It could be literally anything. So now I'm going to show you first how to actually call this function. Because if we do a void start, if you don't know what void start is, all of the code inside of here will execute as soon as the game object loads, okay? If we just call the function normally, as you can see, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna say the coroutine method will not continue if the return value is ignored. Because, you know, we don't need to call it normally, but in order to call it, we have to do, start coroutine, and then the name of the function, so change color to green, like this. So now it will work. But what is it gonna do, okay? I'm going to show you in an example, okay? We're gonna do a private void update, and basically the update function will run every single frame, and we're gonna debug.log hello, okay? Hello. And then, inside of here, we're gonna do yield return null, and then right here, on the bottom, after this, we're gonna debug.log bye. So now let's see what happens, okay? We are gonna just play and wait for it to compile, and let's see what happens. Okay, now this is a mess because literally it's spamming everything, but at the beginning, as you can see, it says hello, hello, and then bye, okay? So it says hello twice, and then it says bye once. Why is this happening? Well, let's look at the code, okay? At the beginning, this function gets executed, okay? But then, this function yield returns null. So this function knows that there is a new value. So it starts iterating again. So basically what it does is that it skips a frame, okay? So for this frame, the function doesn't operate. So this code doesn't get run, okay? So we are still here, this function gets executed, nothing happens. Then we go on to the update, and we get our first hello message, okay? Then, the frame updates, and we start back into the beginning. We go to update, and we get to our second hello message, and then, finally, this function iterates, and it's gonna say bye. This is why it says hello twice, and bye once. Okay, so this is really cool. We just found a way to skip a frame, into C# into Unity. But naturally, in our example, we don't want to skip just one frame, but we want to skip 3 whole seconds. How do we do that? So there are 60 frames in a second, we want to wait for 3 seconds, so all we need to do is paste this 180 times. It should be pretty simple. Okay, I'm just kidding, don't do that, it's ridiculous. You don't need to paste the same line 180 times to make this work. Naturally, C# made it much easier on us. All we need to do is a new wait for, why are you not suggesting me that? Wait for seconds, and boom, right here we put the time we want to wait in seconds, and it's, how much is it? It's 3, okay? And that's it, we are done. Basically it's gonna say bye after 3 seconds. In our case, we don't want it to say bye though, we want it to change color, so let's do just that. We can basically do gameobject.getComponent, getComponent.spriteRenderer.sprite, .color. .color equals green. Also, I'm actually stupid, I don't need to set the color myself, I can just do color.green. Look at that, that's so convenient. So we don't need even this variable right here, and we don't need this anymore because it's just gonna spam all of our everything. This is all the code we need, okay? At the beginning, this coroutine is gonna start, and then this command is gonna run. Let's save our code, let's compile it, and let's see if it works. This is gonna be the moment of truth. This is gonna be the most anxious filled 3 seconds of our lives. Let's wait and let's see. 1, 2, 3, and bam! It worked. I was concerned for a second. Anyways, this is it. This is how you make a coroutine. I hope I explained also how, it works in the background and you understood more about it. So if you learned something, please leave a like on the video and also consider subscribing for more content like this. Also leave in the comments what I should do a tutorial of in the next videos. By the way, before leaving you, I just want to show you another thing that could be actually quite fun. You can actually do, while a condition is true, yield return null, and then do the thing. So you can decide yourself. You can do like a public bool turn to green, okay? And here we can put turn to green false. So while turn to green is false, it's not gonna turn to green. So now if we do this and we do play, hopefully, I don't know if it compiled or it's still running on the old code. Probably it compiled, right? Did it compile? Okay, here it is. So we set the turn to green to true, it's gonna turn to green. And yeah, that's all. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you liked it and learned something new. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one of uNicoDev.